pair of excitable auctioneers, Charles Hanson and Natasha Raskin Sharp, are back on the road on the fourth leg of a journey full of ups and downs. Last time, Natasha fell for a pooch, which led her astray.
It's hard to walk past this little guide.
While Charles dug up some old bones and played knick-knack.
In the Georgian way.
But as the end of this trip looms closer, which of our rivals will be the first to the finishing line?
I want to see you give me some Scottish girl power. I want some Scottish girl power. I want the Scottish girl to come out her shell now and really gather the loot.
In the cash stakes, after slipping her lead at the last auction, Natasha starts today with £192.90. While Charles is top dog again with £268.14 to spend this time.
I do solemnly declare, from profits to profits, to loss, we stick together.
Charmer. But till the auction do us part. Natasha and Charles sallied forth from Girvan in Ayrshire and are skirting the Solway, touring the peaks, the West Midlands and North Wales before setting course for a final auction in Mould. Today, they're in Shropshire before meandering northwards towards Staffordshire and Cheshire to auction in Liverpool, and our charming 1969 Morris Minor is going like a dream. Don't speak too soon.
I'm the psychedelic 70s. This Moggy is the swinging 60s, and you are the retro 80s.
I'm raving in the
kid.
80s.
You are. So, between the three of us, we ought to do quite well, really.
Yeah, we ought to.
First stop of the day is Weston Heath in lovely rural Shropshire, where Natasha has a rendezvous at Corner Farm Antiques.
Bye, take care.
Bye-bye. Oh, steady. Bye.
I've got work to do. See you later.
Hello, good morning. You must be Tim.
Yeah, I am indeed. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning to you. I'm Tasha.
Hello, Natasha.
What a place. It's a big one.
It is a big un.
Look at this, a silver strawberry set. It's would you like to come round for strawberries and cream? That would have been a note that would have been sent from butler to butler, a calling card, if you will. Come around for strawberries and cream. We'll be serving it using the finest Walker and Hall silver, don't you know? But at £225, I'll pass.
Step away from the silver, ma'am. There must be something more suited to your budget.
Look at that. Beautiful box, Burr walnut, £500. Inlaid box, beautifully fitted, Regency, £900. Mary Gregory jar, £600.
You will find something affordable, my sweet, you will! Meanwhile, Charles is southward bound to Cradley Heath, a journey of 30 miles through farmland and country lanes.
Queen Anne, George I, Charles II, a period of history rich, I'm sure, across these lands. They say three's a crowd. Come on, stay with me. Let's find a real treasure.
Charles is headed for Brydale Architectural Antiques, where owner Brian restores salvage in the kind of workshop most men can only dream of. But is this the place where Charles's dream of discovering real treasures will come true?
Almost straight away, just walking in, I love the almost demi-lune sailing vessels in stained glass. Are they for sale?
Everything for sale.
Really?
Even the carpet.
Even your flat cap? I need a cap.
Not the flat cap, no.
That's right. Okay, it's one thing, not so. I love the two nice sailing vessels, which look to be like little steamers or sailing boats in stained glass, probably 1950s, 60s, but they've got that local portside look,
Yeah.
which might do quite well in the pool. How much are they?
The big one there I can do for 150.
Yeah.
And the other one I can do for 100.
Before you sink your budget, best to take a good look round, eh?
It's got an interesting pot. It's got a really rich, highly fired, oily, glazed exterior. But I love that base, and that base to me said I'm about 1900. And if you do your homework, Charles, and look me up in a Bernard Moore book or look me up in a book about early Ruskin, you might find me. And if you find me, I could be quite valuable. So it's almost all or nothing, and it might just be nothing. But when you feel something and you just handle it, you get that sixth sense, you could be all right. Brian?
Yes.
It's got no price on, Brian.
Best price, £10.
Really?
Yep.
Is that £10 all day long?
All day long.
And to an old
To you.
dog, and to an old man from Derby?
£12 then.
You know me too well. Brian, I like it. It's got a small chip, but for a tenner, Brian, I think it's something for nothing. I'll say take it away, put it behind your counter.
Sold it away.
Sold and away.
Worth a punt at a tenner. Now, has Natasha found anything fabulous within her price range?
Do you know, that catches my eye. That's really stylish. I mean, it's the shape of what you would call a taza, which if it were truly a taza, it would be taller, and this saucer-shaped section at the top would be sort of teetering on a really thin stem. And taza is just Italian for glass or cup, I think, but it's how you would describe the shape. But in fact, it's just a sort of a comport for bonbons, for sweets, for whatever you want, really. It's copper, it's brass, it's early 1900s. Do we have a maker in the bottom? We've got trademark, made in England, Linton. It's not the finest name, but it's beautiful, it's eye-catching, and it's two figures, £23. I mean, I actually don't think it's worth more, really, than 15 or 20 at auction. But if Tim would give me a really good deal, he might even just say, hallelujah, she found something. Tim. I found this lovely copper and brass dish. Could we do it for £10?
How's about 15?
Shall we say 12 and I can just go and relax?
Yeah, 12.
No, you're sure 12 is okay?
12 is okay, it's fine.
If you're happy with that, I'm happy with that.
A glittering prize for a mere £12.
Oh, looks good and light.
Meanwhile, is Charles riding a high tide of antique success back at Gradley Heath?
I love that. I think this is probably Italian Murano, but look at the quality of that stopper. Look at that lattice glass, the way it's been blown and moulded. It's just a very flamboyant whopper of a scent bottle. I quite like that. Again, no price.
Time to reel in Brian, methinks.
What's the death on the scent bottle? Because to me, I was hoping to pay on that. I'll be honest with you, I was wanting to pay about £40.
I was going to say 45 at the death.
Do you have a 40?
Sold it away.
Sold away. There we go. Sold.
And the stained glass is still floating his boat.
Would you take for the pair £100?
No.
Where would you be?
150,
Could we go at 120?
125, meet your halfway. I'll even lend you the fiver.
So in fact, you're saying 120?
Yeah, I got it.
On the high seas, it might be rough.
Sold it away then, but I can't wait.
Arr, shiver me timbers. There's a total of £170 out of your treasure chest, Charles. Natasha is being transported now to Rugeley and Colton House, en route for colonial Australia via the photographic legacy of pioneering local Frederick Bonney, who farmed in the outback in the 1860s and 70s. Local historian Jill Sykes will put her in the picture.
You're stood in the house, Colton House, that Frederick Bonney spent getting on for 20 years in. He was actually born down the road in Rugeley, and at the age of 23, so in 1865, he then travels out to Australia to meet his brother Edward, who's by then bought up quite a lot of land and has got himself quite a big station established in New South Wales at a place called Mumba. Sometime just after he arrived, a travelling photographer came around and Frederick got his photograph taken.
In what I imagine is a wool suit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Must have been sweltering.
Yeah. They were Victorians, and the standard certainly for the gentlemen was wool suits, hats, ties and collars. But they did it to maintain the standards, these Victorian standards, despite the heat.
Frederick soon got a camera of his own and began recording life in this remote sheep farming station in the outback. But his photographs reveal the world of the early settlers through an unexpected lens.
Also working on these stations are the Aborigines, who actually had owned all this land before the settlers came and took it off them, really. The photographs he took were, as far as we're aware, the first photographs ever taken of the Aborigines in that area. We're talking about 1870s, that's very, very early on. He recorded their habits, their customs, the way they lived, all sorts of things. He also wrote copious notes on them. It's an absolute treasure trove of information about the Aborigines, and that's why he's so important. He's got a really good relationship with them. He knows their children. He's got into the family networks, and they're very happy to talk to him. So I think because of that, they're happy to let him take photographs.
So this is all playing out in the 1860s and 1870s. I'm gathering these natives hadn't previously been shown such respect.
Absolutely. A lot of the incidents with the early settlers, it was through the gun, which was very, very sad. Whereas Frederick Bonney is, he's completely different to that. And they trust him, they can obviously trust him, which is a lovely thing to say about the man. But as far as we're aware, Frederick Bonney's collection is the only collection of photographs of this period of the Aborigines and the settlers. There may be a few more of the settlers, but certainly of the Aborigines. This is why he's so significant in Australian history, as well as for us here in Colton, because he's out there with a camera at the cutting edge of photography, taking photographs of a group of people who, they've got different habits and customs to anything that goes on over here, and are going to be of interest to people back here at home.
When Frederick Bonney returned in 1882 and settled here at Colton House, he would give talks illustrated with his photographs, opening a window into the world he'd inhabited for 16 years. Jill has visited the site at Momba Station, retracing the footsteps of this remarkable Englishman abroad.
When you went over to the area, did you find that the name Frederick Bonney lives on today?
Absolutely, all over the place. We had a great trip there, a very good trip, very interesting, met lots of people who told us all sorts of things about Frederick, and we came away with a few things I'd like to show you outside.
I'll follow you.
Here's something I brought back from Australia.
Well, I know what this is.
You do?
I do. I didgeridoo.
Well, do you play the didgeridoo?
Jill, I didgeridoo. Shall I give it a shot?
Go on, have a go.
It's a gorgeous thing. Okay, it's not an antique one, but
No,
I still
it's not.
approve. I still approve. Right, do you have any tips? Can you play the instrument?
None whatsoever. You are on your own.
Okay, right. We're going to channel Frederick Bonney and his Aboriginal friends and give it a shot.
Play on, maestro. Meanwhile, Charles is en route to Stafford, where at Welsh Rarebits by Annabelle, the said Annabelle and husband Brian serve up a tasty selection of antiques, vintage and retro. Charles has £98 and 14p to dine out on.
Do you buy from auction or do you tend to buy from local?
Do you know, we don't really go to auction.
Good to hear that. Because I feel quite fresh in
Lots
here.
of people coming in, bringing things,
Good.
inviting us to their
My
places.
sap's rising already.
Yeah.
Just, there's some really interesting, quite quizzical objects already I'm seeing. I love these, for example.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, that's really interesting. They're like very large table displays.
Yeah.
Or they're like menu stands, or they've got almost a religious feel.
Yeah.
How much are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They would be 180 for the 8.
And is that a Stafford 180 or a Hanson 180?
Oh, they could be 150 to
Oh, I
a
like
Hanson.
that. I like the Hanson
yeah,
150.
they could be 150 to
That
a
sounds
Hanson.
promising, and I like them a lot. I'm thinking of my budget now, our mental note.
Yeah.
I'll go for a wander.
Okay,
I'll give
Charles.
you a yell if I
Okay.
see the thing that says hello to me, okay?
Enjoy.
You do that, sir.
Hold on, excuse me.
Hello.
Nothing up there.
Oh, no, hello. Hello? Hello.
I mean, they're very, very nice. Antique French Skittles. You get 2 balls, all the Skittles as well, but it's £225. I'm out.
Time to stop. Hello, hello.
I keep coming back to these.
Yeah.
Anything more at 150?
No.
I'll be very frank with you.
Yes.
You've got your margins.
Yeah.
And I've got my budget.
Yeah.
And my budget, very simply, isn't a very big fat one.
Okay.
I just wondered, do you like pottery at all?
Yes.
I, this morning, bought this jug. Look at that.
That's lovely.
Isn't
It's
it?
like
Look at
petrol, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at that foot rim as well, that
Yeah.
handle.
Yeah.
I really rate it.
Yeah. It's very tactile, isn't it?
Flambe, high-fired stoneware salt glaze. And I wonder if you were interested in perhaps me putting the jug towards a part transaction with the stands.
I think so, yeah.
Very honestly, if they came into my sale room, I would guide the set of 8 at
Yeah.
between £50 and £70 and hope they might run a bit.
Yeah.
They're interesting. That's speculative.
Yeah.
How much do you rate that at?
We could do that and 70.
And that's your
Yeah.
bottom?
Yeah.
And you're happy with that?
Yes.
70 is your final, isn't it? There's not a big give. Because if I spend all that, I've got no money left. And I'm a good antique. I've made a bit of a booby here.
Okay, then 60.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's nice to have a gamble. And if one day that does make a lot of money, we let me know.
I will.
Thanks a lot. I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh, so sweet. After a summit worthy of the G20, Annabelle has generously accepted £60 plus Charles's £10 jug in exchange for the 8 menu stands. Uh-oh. Hello. What's he spotted here? Hello.
Just walking past his shop, look, there's a sign here. Pole dancing classes in Stafford, all levels and abilities welcome. Now, what am I waiting for?
Did he just say pole dancing?
I'm in heaven. Wow, fitness heaven, I love it.
The poles move.
Yes.
They're not broken. They're supposed to spin.
This is Danielle, the instructor.
Push forward, knees together, and then hold it up.
Oh, he's gripping on.
It's very quick.
Yes.
Oh,
That was really
I
good.
can do this. Are you ready?
Yes.
Lord, Charles,
That's
you do yourself in, boy. Oh, look at that pole move. It's bending.
I think I'm ready for an audience.
What?
Be serious. Where's the audience?
Oh, no.
Get out of here. Oh, no. This is the worst thing in the world.
He's got a whole fitness class. Oh, Charles, you are a scream. Oh. Enough! Enough, Charles! Bye-bye, girls. Charles needs his strength for tomorrow. Look at that.
I'm exhausted. I should stick to what I know. Antiques.
Yes, indeed. I hope you haven't strained anything, Charles. Time to get some rest. Look out, what's he doing with that bollard? Nighty-night. It's a brand new day on the road trip, and our antiques hounds are raring to go.
Hold on.
Or sort of.
Oh no, Charles, should I get out?
No, it's okay.
Did you have your porridge?
Have my porridge.
Right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Here we
ready.
go.
Not like pole dancing, is it?
Nothing's happening.
Are you in gear? Are you in gear?
Yes! Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
So if you now pull out the ignition.
Nothing's happening, Charles. Oh, mind the pothole. No, I can't.
Oh no, not the pothole.
Oh no, I'm in a hole. Oh, Charles, I've put us in a hole.
You certainly are in a hole, my
I don't know
girl.
what to do. Do you want me to get out?
Let's just remind ourselves that yesterday Natasha made a tiddly purchase of a Tatzer, so she still has £180 and 90 pence in her piggy bank.
Oh, looks good and light.
While Charles splashed out on a Victorian scent bottle, 2 stained glass panels, and 8 menu stands,
Thanks a lot. I'll take it.
leaving him with a teeny-weeny £38 and 14 pence to spend today.
Go! Oh, did you get it? Did you get it? Oh, it's got it! You got it! You got it! You got it!
Quick.
Oh, you drive!
Hooray! North now to Nantwich in Cheshire, once a centre for the production of salt. Our seasoned antiques experts are heading together to Dagfield's Crafts and Antiques, where there's plenty of room for 2.
Hold on, is that okay for you?
I can't get out of the car. You
Is that
literally.
all right?
I'm in the bed with pansies.
I'll
with
see you in there,
tulips.
yeah?
Hey, hold on.
Are you okay there? No.
Hey,
Okay,
I
Charles,
can't get out the flowers.
you get out there.
Wait for me.
I'll see you in a bit, yeah?
You are unbelievable. Sorry, Tulip. Sorry, Pansy. Unbelievable. Wait for me.
I'm sorry about
I
that.
got you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Should we shop together? Shop for one
In
another?
matrimony, aren't we?
Can I choose something for you?
Yeah, okay. You to me, you know, in your sophistication, I almost think you should be a Dalton Lady-esque buyer.
Really? Are they not a wee bit old-fashioned?
No, I think they've got tradition, they've got style.
What would I do for you? I don't know. Certainly not a trophy. Here we are. Here he is, the lion rampant, roaring.
Oh,
the,
yes.
The king of the jungle.
That's it.
Destined to take the crown, to
Get out
prey
of here.
upon the weak.
There's a long way to go.
Time for Beauty and the Beast to get on with their own stories now.
This could be quite a savvy buy, just grabbing the bull by the horns, get some deck chairs, which are complete with quite shockingly ugly material, but they're ready to use. I wonder if I could get a deal. They're not particularly old, they're probably 1950s, 60s, but they are quite cool. And I've got to get some profits in the bag.
Yes, you do. Now, what's piqued Charles's interest?
Nice. See, it's paper mache as well. What I like about this is it's full of Victorian flair. We've got the fruiting vine, we've got green and red berries, and then this cartouche shape, very Victoriana, and it is actually hand-painted, which is really quite charming. You've got 3 figures on this vessel, and what appears to be an East Indies ship or some sailing ship. And for only £20, to me, what is described as a papier-mâché old tray is in fact mid-Victorian, high Victorian, mother of pearl, hand enamelled. I think it's charming. And if I can buy it for, let's say, 10, 12, 15 pounds, I think it's a real buy.
Hold that thought. Oh, someone's left their jacket.
Well, hey, that is Liverpudlian. Now, this looks a little bit shabby. It's not the finest work you've ever seen at the seams, but what screams Liverpool more than a Sergeant Pepper's jacket? Oh, it's a beauty.
It's a modern reproduction. Ticket price £30. Go on, try it on for size.
How do I look? Ah, look at this, there's a button missing here. But it's quite cool. We are going to Liverpool. I don't know if this is the right price. Good afternoon. Hello. I'm Tasha.
Oh, Tasha, Dave.
Dave, nice to meet you. Now, hold on a minute. Where's
lovely.
that accent from?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. That's handy. That worked out quite nicely because I'd like to talk to you about the Sergeant Pepper style jacket hanging over there.
Cool.
It's got £30 on it. I can only offer a tenner. Will you take it?
I'd have to go for at least maybe 20,
20? 15?
18.
£18. Shall we go for it?
Will it?
Oh, for goodness sake, what am I
Great.
thinking? What am I thinking?
You get by with a little help from your friends, yeah. Whoops. Meanwhile, Charles is pursuing the £20 papier-mâché tray with another dealer called Dave.
So he's dining up, and obviously it's not his property. He needs to ask the dealer.
Can you do anything on the £20 papier-mâché tray?
Dave, let's try and go for 5, 10, 15, OK?
He's saying 16.
Hold on. How much?
16.
£16.
Yeah. Is that the use?
Yeah, I'll do it for £16.
Yeah, all right.
I'll do it for £16.
Sold.
I can't
All right.
go for £1 off. Let's do it. Come on.
All right, see you soon. So,
That's
Yeah.
great.
all right.
Come on, I'll buy it.
Good work, Charles. Your shopping basket is full. Natasha seems to fancy a wee seat, a vintage seat.
Dave, I think these are pretty cool. You know, the sun's coming out, the tulips are blooming. It's time for people to get into the garden and have a little recline.
How much do you want to pay?
All right, don't beat around the bush. I thought we were going to sit here and relax for 5 minutes. Well, before I tell you that, how about we sit in our deck chairs and admire this Jardiniere
Right.
plant pot on stand. It's Victorian style, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's not
it isn't
Victorian.
that, no.
What do you think? Probably 1940s, 50s, something like that, a bit later?
50s, 60s.
50s, 60s, so it's getting newer and newer by the minute, Dave.
Yeah.
But the condition's good. It looks nice from where I'm sitting. It's got a really nice, almost a maritime feel to it. I don't know, just it's almost like the shape of a gurgle jug or something, quite attractive.
Its price tag is £35, and the vintage striped canvas deck chairs are £18 each.
I reckon for everything, £40?
No.
Not happening?
I can do the chairs for 20.
Okay.
That'd have to be a bit more. 25.
What if we did 20 and 22?
Go on then.
Go on? Right.
A deal at £42, but will it be a steal?
Listen to you roar.
Charles is off now, 6 miles northeast from Nantwich to Crewe, a name forever associated with railways. The arrival of the Iron Horse created the town, which grew up to service the locos which passed through its famous Victorian junction and station.
Hello there, John.
How are you on this sunny day in Crewe?
Welcome.
Mike Lenz, the manager of Crewe Heritage Centre, takes us back to that era of steam and speed.
At the start, almost the birth of the railway,
Yes.
this became that great junction, which took the whole nation, Victorian industry forwards.
Yes. The first train to stop at Crewe was 1837, 180 years ago.
The train coming past now, Mike. Hold that thought. Give them all the wave. Hello! On your merry junction through Crewe. Where's that going, Mike? London?
That's going to Liverpool.
So, OK, Liverpool's that way.
Yeah.
Where's London? That way. Where's Manchester?
Manchester,
Manchester in the west.
North Wales.
North Wales over there.
Yeah.
So, Mike, towards the end of the 19th century, how many trains would have passed through here?
In the region of 1,000 trains a day.
No.
Yeah, it was that busy.
In 24 hours, 1,000 trains.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
By the late 1880s, the railway boom was in full swing, and as new routes opened up, the race was on for the fastest journey time from London to Edinburgh. As a hub at the heart of the rail network, Crewe became a key staging post in the race to the north.
They got it down in the turn of the century to sort of 7.5 hours on the east coast, and then the west coast companies would advertise that they were going to do it half an hour quicker.
Really?
There were a number of ways that they managed it, one of which was to reduce the number of stops that the trains made at stations on the routes. They sometimes started earlier to beat the other trains, and obviously when one noticed that that happened, then the other would do their little bit to start theirs a bit earlier. And of course, they would sometimes double up on the locos so that there were 2 locos on the train, just to give that extra bit of power, especially where you had the gradients and so on in the hills. Crewe was important because being at effectively the midpoint in the journey, as the train came in, one loco would come off, another loco would go on with a fresh crew, and off they'd go.
So Crewe is almost like a pit stop.
Yes, very much so.
Whilst the East and West Coast rail companies battled for supremacy, steam trains were rushing daily through Crewe at speeds of up to 80 miles an hour. And up in the signal box, the men would have also been working at top speed to avoid any delay to those thundering expresses. In the museum signal box, with the aid of computer technology and David Thomas, Charles is going to take a turn at the signalman's job. Look out.
If I failed to pull the signal, what would happen?
Well, the train had just come to a stop.
Right, okay.
And in the great train race, there was no time for stopping.
And then release it, and that's it. Now number 2, which is the heaviest one in the box. So,
Oh, that's quite heavy, isn't it?
Come on, Charles, this is nothing in comparison to a pole. A pole!
About there?
now number 3, little bit lighter.
Keep going.
Yep, keep going. Okay, and number 4.
It's quite hard work, actually. I can imagine how it would be quite frantic.
Yeah.
And also good exercise.
This have to be done very. Yeah, that's it. Good.
Oh, yes.
The yellow one. That's the distance signal.
That's easy.
Okay, so there's 2 rings, and that's telling us that the train is getting closer.
Okay.
And it's telling us you can do this.
Yes.
Just give 2 beats back.
Which means
Train entering section,
1, 2.
and turn the block to train online.
Online.
That's it. Now what we do now is we wait for it to arrive on the screen.
But this is a simulator. So, no actual steam trains today. Back in the 1880s, though, the pressure was on, and you'd have needed your wits about you to make sure no time was lost, safely sending them hurtling onwards towards new record times.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, good.
Should we do it again?
Yes, sure.
From Crewe, it's a 7-mile rail journey north to Sandbach. But this is a road trip, and Natasha's behind the wheel. Shouldn't take her more than a couple of hours.
I'm coming to get you, Charles Hanson. You might be in front, but I'm away to the last shop with over £100 to spend, so this is it. The race is on.
Sandbach is home to 2 magnificent and mysterious 9th century carved stone crosses. And Saxon Cross Antiques is the name of Natasha's last shop today. Energetic.
Good afternoon. Hello, you must be John.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Tasha. Nice to meet you.
Surely something's hidden away in here.
Do you know, what have I been banging on about? Going to Liverpool. Want to find something for the sea. Maybe I've been looking at it from the wrong angle. What about something from the sea? How about a crab? A crab. It's a crab serving dish. It's like an entree dish or something. This is not a tureen as you know it. This is not an entree dish as you know it. Well, it's solid. Hold on. His wee eyes. His wee beady eyes are looking at me and saying, oh, buy me, please. It could be a sort of Edwardian fancy, or it could be a lot nearer than that. I think I love it. I just don't see a price on it, so I don't know if John's going to love my offer. But offer, I think I will.
I feel a seafood platter coming on.
Can I please have your silver-plated crab?
No.
Why is he on the shop floor?
It's literally only just come in, and my wife said, I want it. So, unfortunately, I don't want to see a divorce court. Not just yet.
No crab.
No crab.
So much for the catch of the day. Anything else on the horizon?
Do you know, there are things that people always bid on. Yes, sometimes 100, sometimes 100,000, but always bells. They sell, they're popular. It looks Edwardian to me, or at least turn of the 20th century anyway. It's got its rope. I know it sounds good, I'm sure. I'll bet it weighs it. Oh, yeah, it definitely weighs a ton.
This bell is from an early motorised fire engine made by Dennis of Guildford, circa 1908.
Slightly suspicious about these very shiny chrome screws here at the top, but we can forgive those because we do have this bracket, and that counts for something. I don't know the price because I can't see one, but John owes me a favour because he wouldn't sell me that crab.
Don't be nippy.
Right, John. I'm back again. Here I am. And here's my proposition. You teased me with the crab. Well, you do me a deal on the bell. I say at auction it's 30 to 60. So if you shake my hand at 35...
I'll do it for you. Special what I paid, £50.
John, thank you very much.
No problem.
I definitely can't carry it, but I do carry cash, you'll be pleased to hear.
Excellent.
Who knows what will chime with the auction goers?
I'm looking forward to getting Merseyside. I'm looking forward to hopefully saying to all those great people, we'll never walk alone. Stay with me, we're together, okay?
Hold tight.
Exactly, hold tight.
Roll on the auction, but first, a good night's shut-eye, eh? We're off to the big city today and auction in Liverpool, where Natasha and Charles are hoping to get with the Mersey beat man.
This is so exciting.
I know.
Just being in Liverpool.
Second last auction.
I know, don't.
Oh.
It's the end of a journey which began in Weston Heath in Shropshire and took the long and winding road north before rocking up in Liverpool. Auction hosts today are Cato Crane, and their tables appear to be groaning with goodies. Crystal ball, Charles? Is he seeing a fortune in those 5 lots, which cost £246? And is success in the tea leaves for Natasha, who spent £122 on her 5 lots? What do they have to say about each other's buys?
I'm quite impressed by Natasha's link to Liverpool in this almost Sergeant Pepper-esque jacket. But Tash, the problem is, it's quite new. It's reproductive, but at the same time, it's decorative. So you never know, pigs might fly.
Thanks, Mr. Sartorial.
So here are Charles' country house menu stands. Now, I understand country house antiques and the appeal, but these in particular, I don't really get it. I mean, what's a filver? I wouldn't pay a fiver for them. But I know Charles has paid more, and I understand why. He can relate to them. They're a bit old, a bit sugly, and well, yes, they've got plenty of character.
Will they be today's special, though? What does auctioneer John Crane think of our duo's purchases?
Last time, the maritime panels are quite interesting. Decorative, good condition, instantly usable. They're quite good. The stripy deck chairs, I love them. They remind me of my childhood. That's a good buy.
Thank you, John. With bidders in the room and online today, and who knows what they will fancy. So, here we go. Ship ahoy! It's Charles's papier-mâché tray.
£20 is bid. Thank you. 20 is bid. 20, 22,
I'm feeling
24,
seasick.
26.
He's going up, he's going up.
£26 is
Come
bid.
on.
Is that the best we can do? £26.
I'm looking.
All done and
I'm
finished
shaking.
at £26.
You've done all right there.
I'm happy.
He's rowing away with a £10 profit.
It's a good start.
Next up, Natasha's copper and brass Tatzer.
10 is bid. Thank you. 10, 10, 12, 12, 14, 16. Make it 18 for me. One more. £18.
Come on.
£18. All done and finished.
£6 profit there. Not bad.
You could be in the money. What do they call money in Liverpool? Is that name? What's the currency here? They call
Money.
it money.
Charles's Italian scent bottle now.
£50 is bid. 50, 55.
It's a Bobby
Anyone.
Dazzler.
55 if you like now.
Made in bid.
All done. It's going to be sold, ladies and gentlemen. A lovely item.
Go. Another tenner in his pocket.
The internet came in so quick, and you wonder how far they may have gone.
Had there been some competition?
But I'm happy.
I pity the poor Porter Paul who has to hoist up Natasha's fire engine bell now.
£20 for it. 20, 25, 30, 35. 35 is bid now, right at the end. 40, 40, 40. All done at £40.
Where's the internet?
Do you hear the gavel come down?
You buy a big
Whom
bit
the
of
bell tolls. Hey?
Unfortunately, it tolled for Natasha and lost her 10 smackers.
That's going to be ringing in my ears for days.
The smaller of Charles's two maritime stained glass panels next.
£20. 20 is bid. 20.
This could be difficult.
I've got to have 25, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Come on.
45, 40, 50, and we get
Broken
it
even.
to £50.
Broken
Yeah,
even.
£50. £50. All done and finished. Selling.
An even keel, but not a profit.
Do I sink or swim?
You don't. You float.
Yeah. Time for Natasha's vintage deck chairs.
10 is bid. 10, 12, 14, sir. Nice things. 14, 16, 18, 20.
Go on, 20.
20 is bid.
You've done it.
22, sir. Nice. 22.
Hold on, put it there.
24.
Put it there. Hold on. Hold on.
£22.
This. They have made you £2.
Well, the small change might buy a 99.
£2 profit. You can't grumble, can you?
And then I'll always grumble.
Happy holiday with you.
Up now, the set of 8 menu stands.
£30 is bid. 30, 32. I've got 34. 34 is bid. 36, 38.
Come on.
38, 40,
Climbing,
45.
If I hit 50, I'll be
45.
happy, man.
50 on the internet now. Would you like 52? 54. Stay with 2. It's 56, sir.
Oh, we're
56,
Keep
58,
Keep going. Come on.
60, 62,
This is a battle.
64, white
One
star.
for the road, sir.
64.
One for the
One
road.
more. 64 is
Go on.
bid now. £64 is your bid, sir. Make no mistake.
Oh, so close.
And yet, so far, a £6 loss served up there.
That was what I feel an escape to a lack of a big loss.
Next, it's Natasha's Victorian-style ceramic jardiniere.
£10 is bid. Oh, 12, thank
Well
you.
done,
12,
partner.
14, 14, 16, 18, £16.
Sweet 60.
Gentleman standing right in front of me. All done and finished.
Is that
to the internet.
sweet enough?
No, it wasn't sweet enough.
There's no accounting for taste. Another £6 loss.
We've still got one object each to go, OK? Keep the faith.
Charles's last lot now, the larger maritime stained glass panel.
80 on the net, so it is, thank you. 80 on the net.
Come on, tug
80 on the net. Make it
me.
85 anywhere. 85, the ladies bid. 85. 90 on the
Fantastic.
net is now bid. Would you like 95, madam? 95 is bid. 100.
Yes.
And 10. I'll do 105. 110. Would you like... It's only another £5.
The
It's
world's against you.
£110 on the internet.
Go on, one
For the
more.
last time now, any further bid, it's 115.
Cool. He sailed away with a profit of £40.
It puts the maritime, for me, back in Liverpool, and the sun's still shining.
What will Liverpool make of the last lot? It's the Sergeant Pepper style jacket.
10 is bid. I've got 14 on the internet. 16.
Yeah.
16 is bid. 18 on the internet.
Go on.
18, 20,
What about the years,
22
sir?
on the internet, 24, 26, 28,
Good man, sir.
30, 30, 32,
Go on, sir.
34 on the internet, 36, 36, 38, 38 is bid,
Go, go.
40, 45, 50 now, one more. Where else should you buy one of these? Liverpool, of course.
Oh, he's back in again. He's back in.
How much?
Good lad.
£50 is bid.
Good
50,
lad.
50, 55, 60, 60 pounds
amazing.
is bid. 65, 70, 75,
lad.
75,
That's
80.
amazing.
Ordered at £75, ladies and
That
gentlemen,
is
selling this time now at
incredible.
£75.
Wonderful. You know, dare I say it, from the swinging 60s to girl power of today, you are that girl power.
Yes, she is. With the day's biggest profit, a whopping £57. Crikey.
It was all about buying for the crowd. Your puffer and my jacket.
And you know what? Liverpool still swings. Come on. Congratulations, Natasha.
Thanks, Charles. Oh, we both did well there in the end.
Natasha started out with £192.90, and after auction costs, she made a profit of £18.22 and ends up today with £211.12. That jacket saved her. Charles began with £268.14, and after sale-room fees, he broke even. So, bizarrely, he carries forward exactly the sum he started with, and is out in front again this time with that £268.14. Whoever would have dreamt that up?
Wow, that was quite something.
Well, let's get back on the road. Final stretch.
I know. The end is nigh.
Oh.
Yes, the final reckoning approaches on the antique road trip, and our twin treasure hunters are in the mood for some Celtic magic.
I'll be your Welsh wizard and you can be my Welsh queen.
And a queen deserveth a floral tribute, methinks.
Here's some flowers. Oh, nice, there you go.
You're such a gentleman.
While a knave needs to let sleeping dogs lie.
What a fine day.
Hi, it's
Your name is? Hi.
Sorry.